Cause ain't nobody else got a praise like me. Hands to the sky, stand up on your feet. All I wanna see is my dad be bleed, so I yada da, 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 yada da.
This video is sponsored by our partnership with God Made Merch, my go-to for faith-based clothing that I personally wear. Catch the latest from the brand on Instagram at _God Made Merch. Get 10% off when you visit GodMadeMerch.com and apply the code YDKRadio at checkout. God Made Merch. We are all created in His image.
Now it's time for the testimony.
God touched my heart. I was tired. I wanted to change my life.
Man, God just keeps showing up and showing off.
Come on here, somebody.
Testimony on the Yada the King radio show.
All right, we are here right now on the Yada the King radio show, the venue for party, purpose, and praise. And man, we getting in some video interviews. I'm excited to introduce to you this young brother, man. This is like my little brother. If you see him, he actually looks a little bit like me and everything. That's how we met. We just really been building, connecting, just on life, man. And, he doesn't have any, well, he did do one song, but he's not really an artist like that. Yeah. But I'm looking to just get it in with some more people that are using their gifts for the Lord, musically, whatever they're using. If it's authorship, like we just had Sharp Skills. If it's, what else, man? I mean, what you do? Evangelism? Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. So right now, man, we're going to introduce my brother, my taller brother, but he's still younger brother, Jordan McCloud. What's up, boss?
What's good with you, fam?
Man, I'm excited to have you on. The way we get the Yada the King radio show rolling, always, we start with a testimony. I really believe the power of a testimony. Amen. It's going to help somebody out there that's listening right now. Amen. To be able to overcome whatever they're going through. So talk to me a little bit about it, man. I don't know if I've heard the fullness of your testimony. Right. We've talked about it a few times, but talk to me about, you giving your life to the Lord and that whole process, man.
Amen. Originally from Seattle, man. Grew up in Seattle. And from that point on, just kind of, grew up with my mom and dad. Okay. At a young age, I don't even remember. But I can't remember the age, the certain age that I was at, but my dad ended up divorcing my mom and leaving me and my older brother behind. Okay. And so I grew up without my dad, man, and that was just kind of, going through that phase of, anger, resentment, not even realizing that I had all of that bundled up inside of me. Mm-hmm. And just growing up in South Seattle, and then just struggling, just in my masculinity, my manhood, just wrestling with God through that time. I kind of knew that God was real. I kind of knew that I probably had, quote unquote, a calling on my life. Mm-hmm. I don't think I ever told you this, but I remember being in the kitchen and
whipping.
Nah. I remember I was in the kitchen, bro, and actually right up the street from here off of Othello. Okay. I lived in New Holly. And I was in the kitchen. He said whipping. He's crazy.
Rappers, they always got to say that together, man.
So yeah, I was in the kitchen, bro, and I started preaching to nobody. Wow. And that's when I kind of knew. Later on, that's when I kind of knew, like, man, God had a calling on my life this whole time. Yeah. But didn't follow God or anything like that. I just had glimpses of, okay, maybe God's calling me. Yeah. Didn't realize it, but. Anyway, fast forwarding, just in the future, I started to play basketball. Started to pick up playing basketball, and I think that's where I got all my I missed out on all that affirmation from my dad, and maybe this was the role or the avenue where I can get that. Yeah. I probably wouldn't say it then, but that's probably what kept me going even more playing basketball.
And let me say this too, just to interject. A lot of kids get that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
As a coach, I coach kids right over there. Yeah. There's a lot of kids that their dad might not be in their lives. Mm-hmm. You even have the mom say, "Man, the dad's not in their lives." You know what I mean? So it's something about coaches stepping in. Mm-hmm. It's also the what's the best word? It's like assuring you of, oh, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we need that. We need coaching in life, period. So I just wanted to say
Facts.
that there's a lot of people that can relate to that.
Facts. Yeah, so just hooping, growing up, I wanted to be like my older brother. My older brother, you know what I mean? We grew up in the same household,
Yeah.
but he was just way different than me, you know what I'm saying? And so,
Different how?
you know, well, I mean, you know, he played sports and he was dope at whatever he did, and anything that he was doing, I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, especially not having my dad there as I was young, he was like fulfilling that role in a way. I was looking up to him at a greater way. And, you know, he started, you know, getting involved in the streets and even getting in gangs. And I just knew for me, that's not what I wanted to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I had different, you know, family members or, you know, my brother or other people in my life around in my life that were in that way, just kind of like living that lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle.
And I knew for me that, you know, I didn't want any part of that. But I kind of did my own thing. There was a lot of rebellion. You know, I got into a lot of fights and stuff when I was younger, started to slow down and during high school. But I think the pivotal moment for me, bro, was kind of, you know, I was a typical, you know, cool kid. I was, you know, calm and collective.
You said typical cool kid. That's,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, just typical cool kid, bro. Just,
Yeah.
I'm just real calm, just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Not really trying to do too much. So, you know, by the grace of God, God has kept me, you know what I mean? Before that time of coming to actually knowing who the Lord was.
Yep.
You know, God really kept me. You know, there's a few moments where I had different experiences when I was young, but up until that point, what really opened my eyes about God was when my granddad, he had passed away. He was kind of like, you know, he was Papa, so I called him Papa. So yeah, for Papa, he was like a father figure in my life. So when he died in 2007, no one told me about God. No one shared the gospel with me. I just remember asking myself this. I was like, when I die, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
And when I started asking myself that question, that's when, you know, I couldn't answer it. And I didn't know what to do. And so I just kept moving. And a year later, man, my best friend's uncle shared the gospel with me. I was actually in a baptisms class when he shared the gospel with me. And that's when the Lord revealed himself to me.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, dang, this is real.
Yeah.
This is real life.
Yeah.
And then I started following God, you know, got baptized. Yeah, that was just my process, man, of how kind of God, by his providence, has, you know, led me to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, with I always do this, man. I believe our testimony is still being created.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolute facts.
I'm big on that because some people be like, yeah, I gave my life to the Lord and yeah, life
That's
is
it.
great.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, honestly, there's still things that God is doing in us. I believe in the process of sanctification. He's making us more like him. And he's cutting stuff out that needs to be cut out. You know what I mean? So talk to the people, man. What are some things that God is doing in your life right now? How is he shaping your testimony even today?
Man, dude, there's so much that God is doing right now.
Yeah.
I think most importantly, God is showing me the importance of discipline and holiness, and that the way that He's brought me through a lot of stuff, even through when I was following God up until that point of college and up until now, just God revealing to me discipline and also his love, you know, his love through that discipline.
Yeah.
And that he's there for me. I think, honestly, there has been struggles, but I think what's really hitting home for me, honestly, is just kind of just realizing that he's my father.
Yeah.
And even as I say that, you know, I don't think I ever will arrive in that fact. But, you know, I know that, but it's something that is still a part of my story, even though I not having my dad in my life, it still kind of lingers. And it's given me an understanding as well of like, he is my father, but also growing in that reality that he truly is my father. Not like saying it or coming up with sermons and preaching on it, but this is like real for me.
Yeah.
So, that's what I would say, just kind of like that process of what God's been doing. up until this point.
All right, we got Jordan McCloud on the Yacht of the King radio show, the venue for Party Purpose and Praise, man. We getting it right here. Let's do it. This video is sponsored by our partnership with God Made Merch, my go-to for faith-based clothing that I personally wear. Catch the latest from the brand on Instagram at _GodMadeMerch. Get 10% off when you visit GodMadeMerch.com and apply the code YDKRadio at checkout. God Made Merch. We are all created in His image.